Hello class and welcome to PC 101. There have been a few of you who had a few questions about how to do things, what to do next, some of the basics. So I'm going to run down through the classroom environment here so that you can see what you should be doing, okay? So first off, notice that there is a home page. So we'll just start right there. It shows you your recent announcements. It also shows there's a quick view to your calendar. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you can click where it says start here or go to your instructor. There are some help guides so that if you do have any more questions, you can kind of look through some of those. There's some videos to watch and things like that. And then there's also student resources. So I'm going to show you student resources because I want to make sure you know how to get some extra help here. So there are lots of resources that they have set up for you, okay? So there's everything from math lessons, there's online tutoring resources, there's an interactive tutorial. If you need some help with Excel, there's some extra things there. You also have the library resource, and then it kind of gets into the regular agenda. So the point is you do have some resources available to you, like tutoring and things like that, that Pathway has set up for you. So definitely take advantage of those when you can. Okay, I'm going to go back to the home page. And again, if you scroll down, you can go directly to the week that you're in. So let's say, for example, we're just finishing up week 2. And there you go. So this shows some of the things you should be accomplishing before the gathering and some of the things after the gathering. Okay? So then it shows when things are due. So let's take a look. Notice it says September 28th is when they were due, which was yesterday evening. And those of you who need some extra time in the first couple of weeks, I can give you a little extra time for homework if you need it. So please don't feel like, and let me tell you up front, if you turn something in late, it's still better to get some points than no points. So if you have a bad week and something happens and you get behind on your homework, either communicate with me and maybe I can give you a little extra time, or at least get it turned in and get some points. Because I'm telling you, you're graded on your overall points, and you don't want to get down to the last little bit and be short 100 points that you could have gotten if you just would have turned in a couple of assignments late instead of not turning them in at all. Okay, so back to the home page again. Again, it's all the basics right here at the beginning. So you can go to announcements is the next little tab down. Each week I will post an announcement. In that announcement, I'll talk a little bit about what's going on from the week before and current week, okay? Things you're going to be going over that week. Sometimes I put in a spiritual thought. A lot of times I'll also talk about the actual assignments for that week. I didn't for this week because it was pretty straightforward, but I will usually go over what I'm grading for that week and what I'm looking for in your total grade, okay? So definitely take a look at the announcements each week so that you know what's going on. Okay, here's your syllabus. Again, it takes you through the basics right from the beginning. This is what the purpose of Pathway Connect. Then it goes into, some of the things that you're going to be learning and why they want you to learn them. Okay, so you're going to be taking 6 classes for the overall program. Okay, each one is 1 credit. 1 credit equals 3 hours of work. So this class is 3 credits. So they expect you to put in a good 9 hours a week towards the class. So if you're putting less and you feel like you're getting everything done right, great. If you feel like you're coming up short, maybe you need to reevaluate your time and time management, which actually we have a good week on that too, which might help a little bit. And if you need help too, give me a call or email me or something and maybe I can give you some pointers. Okay, so I'm going to try not to make this too long. Again, if you scroll down, you can see all kinds of great information. It talks about the dates. It talks about the activity descriptions. Well, what is a writing lesson? What do I need to do? What is a writing practice? What's important? What's the difference between a math preparation and math exercises? Right there in the syllabus, it gives all that information. It's a lot of reading, I know, but it's worth it. So each unit, which is usually made up of 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, goes over information. So this one is the importance of education. Intro to Pathway, why education. Next 2 weeks after that, learning stewardship, learning strategies. Learning how to learn is a major thing. And you would think that's real easy, but boy, I'm telling you, there's some great pointers in there that you're going to learn, okay? Anyways, the point is there's all the information. Again, if you need help, We have a lot of resources that they have set up for you. Here's how you can contact them, get a free tutor, click on course support, and so on. So this, again, walk through the whole thing. Here's your Pathways Support Center. I am not, unfortunately, able to help you much with your computers. I did send out an email on how to clean up your cache and cookies, because anytime you see that the site is down or there's some kind of an issue, it usually means that it's something with your computer, not with the system. Rarely is it going to be the site is actually down. It usually means that you have too many cached images or cookies that keep it from loading correctly, so the system just tells you it's down. Okay. Also, some of you, I think there were a couple that asked about disabilities and how do you get some extra accommodations. Again, under the syllabus, this is where you're going to go for that. And you're going to communicate with them, and then they will let me know what accommodations they're able to give you. Okay, that's not something I have any control over. I do try to give you feedback on assignments. I try to point out there's usually some strict bullet points of things that we are looking for each assignment. Please make sure you go through and point out, not point out, but make sure you have each one of those bullet points covered in your paragraphs when you're writing. Usually have to write 1 or 2 paragraphs for this whole for all of your assignments, so you might as well make sure it's all in there and get maximum credit. And I do highlight, here's where you covered this, here's where you covered that, so it is very clear on how I'm grading. Okay, and like I said, I do try to give you feedback for each one. Most of the time, it's pretty straightforward. But like I said, I'm here to help you. My job is to help you become a better student, so when you're doing your other classes, this one was your jumping off point for really doing well. Okay. Gathering attendance policy. Let me just touch on this again real quick. I did send out an email about it, but there's very few things that I can excuse you from the gathering. Now it's built into your overall grade that you might miss 1 or 2. However, just be aware, like it says right here, very, very serious things, death in the family, medical emergency, a birth of a child, or other serious or unsafe situations such as a hurricane, when your power goes out for a week or 2. Those things I can give you, but if it's, hey, I want to go to my daughter's recital or my son's soccer game, those things I cannot give you permission to miss the gathering, so you will just get a 0. Again, it is built into the system to where 1 or 2 of those is not going to hurt your overall grade. You can still pull an A in the class. But just be aware, if you email me saying, hey, I'm going to my daughter's recital, I'm not going to make it, you want to email the missionary so they know you're not going to be there, but I won't be able to do anything for your grade. Okay? As much as I want you to go ahead and attend those recitals because I know they're wonderful, maybe you got to have your husband or wife videotape them for you or whatever the case is. Okay? And then here's some of the grading. Again, it says it's based on a percentage, but really it comes down to more of the numbers. And you need to have a B average to matriculate into the BYU online degree program. That doesn't mean after you get a C in this class, I don't think they drop you completely. I think you just have to get an A in the next class to average it to a B for the overall program. So for the 6 classes, that you take. Anyways, try to be on time with your work. I do accept late work, even a couple weeks later. If something happens and you're on vacation and you don't do anything for 2 weeks, I can still accept them. You're going to get a lot lower grade in number, but again, anything's better than nothing. And you just keep in mind that, I do watch for plagiarism. I watch for different things. So just, keep everything on the up and up and everything's good. Okay, so again, that's that. Let's go on to modules real quick. So in a module, you're going to see, what's due each week. Again, your due date is right below the title, the name of it there, okay, when things are due. There wasn't a whole lot due in week 1. I did wait until the very end of week 2 to grade that week 1, teach one another, because I wanted to give everybody a chance to post, and we're allowed to give the full 2 weeks to get in and post, even though it does say, I think the week after week 1 is when it's due, but they told us to let everybody, get in, because some people got in at the last minute, some people didn't even get in until after week 1 into the class because they were just adding it in late. Okay, so then we're down to week 2, so hopefully everybody got everything done. Again, turn it in tomorrow if you didn't. Those of you who got in late and have emailed me, I have sometimes given you a day or 2 extra or a couple days to get caught up, and that's okay too. again, I'm grading these. I usually try to have everything graded. So week 2, you just finished. I try to have everything graded by Wednesday of the very next week. Technically, I have until Saturday night at midnight of that next week. But I know that it's good to get some feedback so when you go to do your homework for this coming week, you have something to go by. Especially at the beginning, I try to do the grading early. Anyways, just so you're aware. So here we are in week 3 coming up. I'm going to be sending out an announcement here soon. So this is starting a new unit, learning how to learn. I hope you take the time to really go through the lesson. I'm going to click on the lesson. So again, it's laid out here for you exactly what to do each week. So here's things you're going to learn. Become a capable learner. And the wonderful thing about what we're learning comes directly from prophets and apostles and leaders of the church. And what a great way to learn how to do things, even if it's budgeting or how to write notes or things like that we go over. They come directly from our prophet and from the other leaders of the church. Here's some other things too. Usually there's a video to watch from some of the talks. But please go through the lesson thoroughly. Make sure you understand what's there because there's a lot of great information, okay? Again, this class is designed to help you set up and be successful for all the rest of your classes and whatever you end up doing. So please take the time to go through this completely. I really like this new, I think I'll have it in my announcement about the new growth mindset. This is some great learning. I actually just went through a whole training at my work on this too, because it is such a great way to focus on making sure you do the right thing, the right reasons, and also learn how to have the mindset that you need to be successful. Okay? So then so that's modules. Then you can also check your grades. So if you click on grades on the left-hand side, okay, and I am showing so in my case, this is showing me as a student, but I'm not turning in homework, so it's missing, all things that I haven't gotten done. Again, go into it. It shows when it's due. Now, typically, everything before the gathering will be due by Wednesday night of that week by midnight, or in this case, 10:59 my time, because I'm actually Pacific time right now. So it'll be 11:59 Mountain Standard Time is when it's due. So wherever you are in the country or in the world, go by the Mountain Standard Time is when you have to have it turned in by of Wednesday of the week that you're in. And then everything after the gathering is due on the next week. Okay? So one thing I wanted to point out for the gathering, all you have to do, let me go to the next week real quick here. So let's say we're in week 3 now, and I want to post that, hey, I've attended the gathering. You click on the gathering. There's no submission yet, but you should be able to, when it does come up, you should be able to click that, yes, I attended the gathering, or no, I didn't attend the gathering, and put any other comments or whatever you want to. And by the way, you can add a comment via voice, or you can type the comment or whatever to me. I do try to read those if there's other things going on. Okay, so this actually shows everybody in the classroom. If you want to reach out to a fellow student, you can do that. You click on their name, and you can learn a little bit about them, but you can also, I believe, send them an email if you have a question or if you need some extra help from them too. I know that everybody's willing to help each other in this class. All right, so here's course help again. Just some basic information, some links that it gives you here. So that's your basic page. Again, I love the calendar that they give you. If you notice, it shows exactly when things are due. So for example, here's week 3 coming up. So you can see, okay, here's what I have due for that week, and here's what I have due on Wednesday and on Friday. So take your time to go through it. If you have questions, feel free to call me. I do check my inbox all the time. Every day I try to get in there and see if people have questions or whatever. So feel free to reach out to me whenever you can or whenever you need to. I hope this video helps. I know it's like 15 minutes long, but it's designed to let you go back and review anything that you need to and see what else we have going on, or see if you have any other questions. Anyway, so yeah, please feel free to let me know if you need anything at all. And I wish you all the best and hope everything's going well.